The day started with the most beautiful bridal luncheon hosted by Dior. Dior then took us on a tour. Pause it.
We're to hang on. This is going to take us a while to get through this.
In there, but it was spectacular.
Did you hear that? Mm-mm. Wedding luncheon hosted by Dior?
What?
Yes. Dior, so first of all, they are in Paris. You should know that for sure. They're in Paris. And this chick she's American. The bride is American. The couple is American. Do you understand that the average person cannot just go to Dior and have them host a luncheon for you? No. As rich as Caitlin and I are going to be in 2024, money will be no object for us because the comedy millions are just around the corner here. But even we, with as much money as we're about to have, we could not just go have Dior host a brunch for us because they have standards. I mean, I could even bang on their door and be like, look, money's no object to me. I'm rich. I'm famous. Listen, my last podcast episode got 78 views on YouTube. You don't know who you're going up against here. But they wouldn't care. They'd lock me out. They'd have security escort me out. They'd put me in some Paris jail. Not anyone can do that. So I'm like, how did they hook that up? Because normally they're kind of snobby about new money Americans. Mm-hmm. And her dad just owned car dealerships. I mean,
it's not like anything special. I mean, like,
well, it's also, the new money, old money divide is like, if you're one of the Astors or the Rockefellers, it's like, you have to be able to trace the hardworking person in your family back 6 generations in order to be considered old money. You know, if someone in your family recently worked hard to make all this money, that is looked down upon by blue blood society. It's like you had to have either, that hardworking person had to have been like in railroads in the 1850s, or in the case of the British aristocracy, you could just steal all the money from the Catholic Church. There are a lot of ways to be old money. So new money people, especially Americans, tend to be looked down on by old money institutions like Dior. So I'm just trying to figure out, I mean, do you know how much money she had to have to pay them off to look the other way on this? Okay, but this gets so quiet. You just wait. You wait until you hear this
we
plot
ain't even
twist.
there yet.
Okay, yeah, I know. We're only 10 seconds into the video. Keep playing it.
It's then time to head back to the hotel to get ready for tonight. Now, this room was designated for the bridal wardrobe and some of the guests' outfits too.
Pause
and
it.
We are ready for the rehearsal.
Do you understand that they got outfits for their guests? Guest wardrobe?
Oh, I didn't even catch that guest wardrobe. I was thinking like bridesmaids and stuff, but guest wardrobe?
Guest
Holy
wardrobe.
Cow.
And you get jfonyoutube.com is where you can look up this video. This is episode 185. Search my YouTube channel for 185. jfonyoutube.com. You have to see this video. This hotel that they are in, it looks like a palace, and that is where they're having their hair and makeup done. And yeah, they bought designer expensive clothes for random guests. I've never been invited to a party where someone's like, Jen, what's your size? We need to get you $1,000 suit to wear to this thing. I like how they kind of imply that they're new money American friends. I mean, they're from Florida. Can you imagine what people might have shown up wearing? If they, I see it, you could, you got this Florida problem where it's like,
Hawaiian shirt.
Listen, I know y'all are planning not to wear shirts. So we're just going to have Dior create some nice couture outfits for you. We'll just pay for it. It's fine. We have a lot of money. Okay, so you guys have to look this. I'm not even trying to get videos to my YouTube. I don't care anymore. It's the holiday season. It's the season for Jen giving up on life and drinking Pims and lemonade. Okay, keep playing this insane video.
For dinner at the opera.
Look at this. This is at the opera. Okay, hang on. We have hot chicks in pause. We have hot chicks in dresses playing the violin. Okay. I don't care how much money you have. It's like, how many hot people play violin? Because it's these women in these dresses. You've got to, you can't have over a 19% BMI and fit into that dress. How do you, even if I had Elon Musk money, I'd be like, I just don't know if that many female hot, fit, size 2 violin players exist. Like, did they have to teach some people to play the violin? It's like, no, y'all are trolls. You're like a fat man. Like, obviously you can't be in our, and then there are enough flowers. I mean, this is an Amazon rainforest situation. I mean, this had an impact on the global environment. The amount of flowers they took out of the earth to put into this opera. Again, we haven't even gotten to the plot twist, to my fascinating take on this subject. We're just looking at this video. Oh, hang on. Let's give the whose TikTok is this on? What's this chick's name? It's Olivia and Living. She is the social media coordinator whose TikTok we are playing. Olivia and Living is who she is on TikTok, and she's the social media gal. So this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. It is the most opulent money thing I think I've ever seen in my life. Yep. Okay, Hot Chicks and Violins, hit play. Look at that. This makes a Disney movie.
Yeah, I was saying,
look like it took place in a trailer park. Look at that. More hot chicks playing violins. White gloved waitstaff. Playing Taylor Swift in violin. Opera singer. Live out. That's like not recorded. Look at that.
I am back at my hotel. That was one of the most...
Do you know what a fool I would make of myself at that wedding? You can't do a wedding like that and say, we don't want you to be on social media. We want you to enjoy the moment. I'd be like, I would die before I did not let my enemies see on my stories that I am at this place. Like, not even a chance. I'd get some spyware glasses or something. Not even a chance. I would not be all over social media if I were invited to that wedding. Okay, you can take the video off. So this was in late November of this year, of 2023. As of this recording, this happened just a couple of weeks ago. So let me read from this article about it. Professional event planners estimate that, first of all, it was dubbed the wedding of the century. It was Madelaine Brockway. She got married to Jacob Legrone, and she is 27. He is 29. Oh! I forgot about this. Listen. Okay, so all this took place in Paris. The rehearsal dinner was at the Paris Opera House. So we just saw that. There was an overnight stay at the Palace of Versailles.
What?
How do you stay overnight there? Who is like, I mean, unless you just hide behind a statue or something. How?
It's like a camp
do you
out?
know how much money it takes to be like, you tell the French, like, hey, we're a bunch of Americans from Florida. Can we stay overnight at your palace? Do you know how many euros you have to throw at them to get them to say, oui? Like, I mean, so people estimate that this thing costs like $59 million, this wedding. Yes.
For just a wedding?
Yes. I think that's low. I think the French would insist on $59 million just to let a bunch of Americans spend the night at the Palace of Versailles.
Yeah, fair.
Right? Okay, no, I'm not done. Did you think I was done?
Oh, definitely not.
We haven't even started on this topic. There was a private concert by Maroon 5.
What?
They had a private, now presumably not, the Paris Opera House. I'm glad that Adam Levine, he's gotten past the, DMing an OnlyFans model, naming his baby after her. He's the one who did that, right? Well, I think he did. Some celebrity, he did that. Good for him. So see, now he's doing private events. It's good for him. So yeah, they think it cost 60 mil. I mean, I think the Dior lunch and the spend the night in the palace, I mean, I think that was 60 mil. Okay, so Madelaine was putting all of this on her social, of course. Like, why do any of this if it's not going to be for social? Then suddenly she makes her Instagram private and deletes her TikTok.
What?
Days after all of this happened, but she'd been going viral. Everybody was talking about her. Why would she do that? Well, reading from an article here, the groom, the guy she's marrying, the groom, is facing a possible life sentence for allegedly shooting at 3 police officers. LeGrone, who is 29, they became famous overnight, blah, blah, blah. Just 8 months ago, LeGrone was indicted on 3 counts of aggravated assault on a public servant in Texas, a first-degree felony in the state of Texas. On Thursday, November 30th, LeGrone appeared at the Tarrant County Courthouse in Fort Worth, where he attended a motion hearing. Wait, Thursday, November 30th? I thought their wedding was like the 26th. I think it was. Oh, no, their wedding was the 18th. So basically, he got back from all of this and then immediately went to face a potential life sentence charge here. So he attended a motion hearing about the charges. His wife was not in attendance. Okay. In August, he was offered a plea bargain deal of 25 years in prison. That's their plea bargain. 25 years in prison. This is Tarrant County. For my non-Texan listeners, I used to live in Tarrant County. Whatever stereotypes you have about Texas law and order, judicial systems, Tarrant County is all of those.
Yeah.
If you are going to do anything in Tarrant County, it better not be shooting at an officer of the law. That's just the one thing that you really don't want to do in Tarrant County. But her husband evidently did. I might have cut back on the wedding a little bit. You know, if I'm not going to see this guy for 25 years, let's just go to the justice of the peace and just get this over with more quickly. I mean, you also think maybe they should have set aside some of that money for a lawyer. How about that? I mean,
Yeah.
I think this guy has bigger problems than, needing to get a personally hosted Dior lunch. I mean, this bride was so into it. Was he even there? I didn't even see him.
I have so many questions. I just don't understand.
Yeah, I know. Where do we begin with this?
I don't know. I don't even know.
Yeah, because I might think
Wedding of the century.
when did he shoot at the officers? Okay,
8 months ago.
Oh, that's right. They did say that.
So what?
Oh,
I don't get
wait. Okay, so yeah. Let's see. You're right. Okay, 3 counts of in a first degree. I'm trying to find the 8 months ago line in the. I did say that at some point. Of course, now I'm not seeing it. Okay. Oh yeah. However, just 8 months ago, he was indicted. Okay, so the shooting must have been this year. I mean, we're not talking about something that happened 2 years ago. Okay, Caitlin. So think about this.
I'm gonna find the original story.
Yeah, please do. Think about this. They had started planning the wedding when he decided to shoot at police officers, because a wedding like this takes a couple years to plan, at bare minimum 12 months, 14 months, because she had the highest end wedding planners in the world and all that. They get booked up well more than a year in advance. And if you're going to spend the night at a freaking French palace, you don't just hit them up the weekend before. So can you imagine? She is planning her $30 million wedding. And she's like, hey, honey. So here we are. It's October of 2022. Maybe it's September of 2022. And honey, I'm so looking forward to getting married to you. Luckily, my daddy just sold his Mercedes dealerships for roughly $700 million. So we got a little bit of budget to work with here. And I just think that I want to rent out a palace in Paris. I'm going to throw so much money at the esteemed house of Dior that even though they wouldn't typically throw a private brunch for Americans, I'm going to throw so much money at them that they say, oui, come on down. Come on down, Florida people. We love Florida. We love your beautiful state. We've seen Girls Gone Wild. We know that a lot is going on that's positive in Florida. So, okay. So she says to him, honey, I'm so excited about spending our life together and about spending $50 million on our Paris wedding. Could you just not shoot at 3 cops. If that's something that you could do in the lead up to our nuptials, that's really all I ask, actually. I'm not even, you don't have to get help. You don't have to help me plan the wedding. You don't even have to have your bros pick out what they wear, because Dior is going to make all that for them and then just have the clothes in our palatial hotel. I'm not asking anything of you, honey, except that you don't shoot at 3 cops. And he's like, bro, I cannot do that. I'm sorry. I mean, it's just, you can't. He's like, Madelaine, you can't. So stop nitpicking my life. Maybe this was their first fight, a year and a half ago. Maybe this was their first fight where he's like, well, if you're going to be controlling like that, I don't know if this marriage is going to work, because I want to shoot at 3 cops. I want to take a rip off the whiskey bottle and be like, yeah, you guys want a piece of me? And like, as a man, I should be able to do that. And if I'm going to have some controlling wife who says that I can't shoot at cops when I want to, then I don't think this marriage is going to work, actually.
It's just not for me,
It's not for me.
I just can't.
The TikTok that I want, I wish Madelaine had gone live on TikTok when she found out what her fiance did while she is planning this wedding. Can you even imagine? I mean, because her first thought was, I'm sure she was concerned for everyone's safety when she found out. I want to be clear, everyone was okay. No, from what I understand, no one was even injured. It was the thought that counts in the judge's eyes. Can you imagine once she found out that everyone was okay, that, her first thought had to be this wedding. Because I would value my fiance's life too, but if I'm spending a cool $50 million on a wedding, my first thought would be, I can't believe, like, you couldn't do it after the wedding. Like, I can't believe that you did this. So he had to fly home from all this, everything you just saw.
I'm surprised they let him leave.
That's a great point.
That's
a great point. Caitlin knows about the judicial system. That's a great point. How did he get to leave?
That's what I'm confused about.
Did he come back? Maybe that's maybe they just stay in Paris. What is their extradition policy?
Fair. Well, he did. He showed up to court, so he's the fool that left and then came back. So.
Yeah, honestly, that's on Tarrant County. Why did you guys let this guy leave? Because if I were him, I'd just be living at the Dior house. I'd be like, well, you guys invited me for lunch.
Money,
I am a felon in the U.S. and I'm about to go away for a very long time. So I think I just live here now. How about that? So, okay. So that's the biggest twist of the whole thing, that this guy had to come back and go in front of a Tarrant County judge and ask why he thought that shooting off his firearm would be a good idea. Do you think she thought about canceling all this?
Oh, I think once you're locked into that, you're locked in.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, once the Palace of Versailles has cleared you.
That's probably why they didn't cancel. She's like, well.
Can you imagine the passive-aggressive comments?
Oh, yeah.
I would have. We would be standing there. I'd be like, do you know how hard it was to find this many hot women who can play the violin? We had to go to a modeling agency and train them. We got Yo-Yo Ma up in here to train them, and he doesn't even play the violin. He plays the cello. But we were like, they're both string instruments. You can probably figure it out. And I'd be like, and yeah, all you had to do was not shoot at cops. And like, this could have actually been just a nice wedding. It could have just been like a fairy tale ending, happy ending, but no. And in Texas, no less.